Hi, welcome back guys to another episode of Driven by Christ Auto. Yeah, it's been a little while since we've been at the shop. We've had a lot of things going on in the real world. My stupid self I just done stuff, was kind of stepped away, got wound up in these worldly things, and as soon as you get wound up in them and you start forgetting your place and talking with God every day and putting Jesus first, oh, believe me, he lets you know real quick with very bad, hard trials. So let's just say I went through a few of them, and it was something pretty small. I mean, it was something pretty small that I done that caused this, but it had a big outcome. Me not tithing. Tithing is really important. Daily prayer, like the little stuff, like praying over your food, like little things like that. I was forgetting. Jesus is still my Lord and Savior, even whenever all that was going on. Just getting wound up in the world, but I was forgetting those little things, and those little things, are what brings you closer to God overall, our creator. He likes hearing from us. But anyways, we're out here on a Saturday, so I don't even really know what's going on in the shop. Jamie's done went in, she's trying to get all the paperwork in order and everything else, so let's go ahead and start this day. Our beloved Jesus, help us to think more like you. When the worries of this world are pressing down on us, we need to take time to think things out in your presence. This is whenever you pray in between you and him. As we relax with you, your everlasting love enfolds us in peace. It's such a blessing to take a break from obsessing over our concerns and just enjoy this time of talking to you. We like to be in perfect quietness when reading scripture or talking out loud, speaking and singing praises to you. Thank you for guiding us to use the Bible verses in our prayers and petitions. When my prayers are protected with scripture, we're able to pray with more confidence, and that is very true. If it's put in the Bible and you're praying with confidence and you're using scripture, I mean, you can see some pretty crazy stuff take place in your life that is unexplainable. The only reason for it is the Lord stepped in. But we want to be transformed by the renewal of our minds. The world puts, okay, here, I gotta see what I wrote, my bad. The world puts massive amounts of pressure on us through electronical communications, electronical devices. Everybody's on their cell phone, oh, let me update my Snapchat and all this other stuff. You will get wound up into this before you know it, and then, Jesus is on the back burner, and then your life is put on the back burner is what it feels like, because this starts going bad. Believe me, it does. Instead of letting the world press us into its mold, worldly things, you don't want to follow that. We ask you to transform the way we think. As you gradually renew our minds, we want our thoughts and attitudes to reflect you in everything we do. Thank you so much. In your loving name, Jesus. Amen. Alright guys, so that's references from this is going to come from Deuteronomy chapter 33 verse 27, Psalms chapter 34 verse 5, Hebrews chapter 4 verse 12, Romans chapter 12 verse 2. Alright guys, so good word of the day. I know I just went through a lot of stuff. It's been crazy, but we're gonna get back up on these cars now. Alright, so we got our Mitsubishi Eclipse for sale, and what do you know, Jamie just sent me a text message that said we got somebody coming down here to come look at this vehicle today, so we may have a buyer. And this is our new project. It's a Toyota Supra, where hopefully we're going to have another drag car. We do still have our Driven by Christ drag car, but we're going to build these drag cars so we can sell them. We want to have this, our Driven by Christ is also going to be a reputable person for building race cars with good numbers. We got to have championship series cars, meaning it's got to win a drag racing tournament at the highest level 3 times in a row, and then it's a championship car and we can sell it. Alright, Eclipse has done already killed it in the eighth of a mile. This is an eighth of a mile champion, so this I figured that car wasn't going to last too long. Let's go up in here and see what we got. Okay, place is pretty clean. Nothing happened while we was gone. We was literally shut down for like 2 months. Like, the Lord put us in our place. Like, we didn't even have internet, man. We can't even update videos without internet. It was bad, to say the least. And the attorney that was interested in buying this car is now backed out of the deal because, you know, she was needing a vehicle pretty quickly. So I don't know what we got invested into. Ooh, we're negative $5,000 in profit. So we're going to see what we can do with this car. We may just, you know, give it a good paint job and dress it up. We may not race engine this one out and get too crazy with it, but we're starting to get a collection of cars going on out here. But anyways, we do got a customer order that we're going to get in for the day. Remember, customers first, your projects later. It's a Saturday, so I'm hoping we can get out there to the drag strip and make some extra money. And oh yeah, before we even grab this customer for the day, let me send Jamie a message. I want to tell her I'm going out here to the scrap bin where we melt down all of our aluminum and copper and metal. Even though we don't got a forge, you just got to pretend it's there. It's a heaven forge, it's not a devil forge. Nothing against them, but anyways. Alright, so scrapping. A lot of you guys are probably tired of going through every one of these things. Let's get over here to a bad one. You gotta sit here and, oh, look at there, we got it, 3 points. You know, once you do this enough, you can get good at it. Or, check this out, they've added this feature to the game. Or either I didn't notice it before. You can hit triangle. Now, you can choose what percentages of parts, like say these parts are 23 on down, meaning they get worse. They list your scrap parts in order of how bad they're damaged. It's not alphabetical order, it's damage order. So the newer the part, you know, that's going to be on page 1, and the more destroyed part is going to be like, see, we got 17 pages worth of parts. That's a lot of parts. So you can choose 23%, and you can just scrap everything at one time. So check this out. Let me see what we got. Alright, well, everything below 14% is red, correct? Alright, so watch this. We're going to drop this down to 14, and that's going to scrap all those parts for us, you know, just right then and there. But we're only going to get 1 scrap piece per part. That's the catch on doing this quicker. You only get 1 scrap piece for it. Let's see how many we get. We're at 858. Okay, so we got 92 scrap pieces out of doing it that quick. You know, just make sure you get your percentages right, because I've accidentally sold all of my parts one day, and let me tell you, on my other profile, it was not good. Like, I lost a lot of money, but I had a ton of scrap. But you know, some of these, the ones that you know that you can get like a lot of scrap pieces for, like steering wheels and seats and 3-star parts, yeah, play the game. It's not hard. I can hit 3 all day long sometimes. You just kind of have to time it right. But you know, if you're just trying to do it real quick and you're not grinding for scrap pieces, see, I got green. I don't always get the blue, but you can do it like that. See, I didn't even get it on that one. You gotta catch it just right. But yeah, I was just wanting to show y'all that. I mean, quick way of doing scrap. That way you ain't gotta sit here and play the game. But anyways, we went ahead and scrapped them pieces. So let's get our customer vehicle. It is a Saturday, so I don't know what's going on. Alright, so it looks like we got like a little mail van or something. I've never worked on one of these vehicles. Alright, so let me go ahead and read it to you guys. Good morning. I am here with a discreet matter. During a business trip, I had a little accident after the meeting. We had a little garden party that transformed into a longer meetup. I was on my way back to the hotel with the guys from work, and I left the car by the pub, which is the bar. Okay, so he left his car parked beside the bar. I returned for the car in the early morning, I must have been a bit sleep deprived and a little disorientated. Okay, so we know what these guys did. They didn't just park beside the bar, they participated at the bar. That's the reason why we didn't get up on time. You already getting them curses. You know better than that. So hopefully they didn't do anything bad. They just went up in there and drank some Coca-Cola and maybe played some pool. Anyways, it so happened that I snagged on a pole at the parking lot and a boom barrier. So not only did we try to drive the vehicle afterwards, we ran into stuff. And on top of all of that, there was some boar who was in a hurry and forced the right of way. You see, the car isn't really expensive, but I prefer if the management didn't know about the condition in which I was driving around in the company car, or what is now left of it. I'd rather cover the cost out of my own pocket. Well, at least he's wanting to pay for his wrong out of his own way, as if nothing happened. Please fix what we need. My career could depend on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if they found out you was drinking and driving in a company vehicle, you would be fired. I made some arrangements with the owner of the other car, but as sales representative, I have to have a clean slate at the pizzeria management. Not really sure what that word is. I mean the delivery company. Do what you can. I hope that you will keep our little secret. See you. Alright. So this guy decided to go out with the boys, decided to drink, and tried to drive, and he tore up his car. It sounds like he's done learned his lesson already, because he's fixing to have to pay for this stuff out of pocket, or else he's going to lose his job. Hey guys, everybody messes up. You know, Jesus tells us to be forgiving to others and help them in time of need. And I guarantee you, this dude's in a time of need, considering he done wrecked up the company car. So let's go ahead and take it, and you know, Jamie will get him out here. We'll get him towed here, and let's see what we're up against. Alright guys, so we just got the vehicle unloaded. We're going to do the first inspection on it. We got a broke front windshield. Looks like the bumper is kind of scratched up. Not really seeing oil. Alright, I do see a tore up exhaust system. Let's see what we got going on in here. Alright, let me bend down. Okay, so the subframe got tore up. Dadgum, did they run over the ball? It looks like, oh man, yeah, let's go ahead and get it in on the rack. I kind of see some stuff going on. This ain't good. This is not good at all. Alright, let's get this thing in there. Oh man. So, out drinking with the boys, and this is what happens. This is the reason why you shouldn't be drinking in the first place. You do dumb stuff, and this is a lot of dumb stuff, and this is going to be expensive for him to replace, because I absolutely hate doing suspension work. I can rebuild an engine all day, but messing with this, oh yeah, he fixing to get the cost put on him. We fixing to be getting overtime, because this is a Saturday. We supposed to be at the drag track racing. We up in here fixing a car, but it's my dude. He's a good friend of mine. He's got a little bit of problem. He's still in that struggling world. And guys, we've all been through that struggling world, you know, especially new people to Jesus. I mean, y'all are still gonna be in the middle. Nobody's ever been able to just stop right then. I'm pretty sure there has been, but you know, as for me in my life, encountering people that are coming from the bad, you know, hey, you know, look, we're tired of this. We want Jesus in our life. You know, they still be messing up and doing stuff that they ain't got no business doing, but they're trying. You know, you gotta give them an E for effort. But this was not trying here. That's the reason why he's gonna be paying for it. So, all right, let's go ahead and get the tires off. Gotta get everything down to the subframe, so I'm gonna knock this lower control arm loose. And we're just going to throw these old parts back on here. We're not going to replace his suspension and do all that. Driven by Christ is not going to be doing extra credit work for, you know, bar hopping and wrecking vehicles in a parking lot while we're intoxicated. Oh, you believe me, we had a little chat too before we brought this car in, because I ain't going to be putting up with this. Hey, he should know better than this. But we ain't going to say anything to the company. You know, nobody got hurt. Now, if somebody would have got hurt and he was trying to get me to hide it, no, we ain't doing that. Somebody just be trying to get another job. But anyways, we got to get these back tires off before we can pull any of this. This is a nice company vehicle. You know, it'd be a perfect little parts car. Alright, now we can get the shock loose. And, oh, we're going to have to break down the whole back end. Alright, we'll put a line clip on that brake line so we don't lose brake fluid. Or we can just hang the calipers. We'll just hang them. Alright, so I mean, sometimes people make mistakes. It happens. Nobody is going to be perfect. But he knew out of all people that I'd be the one to help him, because you're supposed to be reporting this stuff on company vehicles, like, you know, like the Carfax and all that other stuff, but we're kind of going off the record on this one. So this is going to be under the table work, but we still going to pay our tithe on it. We're going to make sure we pay our tithe on this money that we make, even though it's going to be a little bit up underneath the table. Old Uncle Sam ain't gonna be getting his side of it. That'd be alright. I'm pretty sure Uncle Sam don't let us get our side of things that we don't know about neither. So, alright. Let's get this wheel bearing out of here. Hub. And dust shield. Okay, what else is connected? Oh yeah, we gotta get this. And this stuff is destroyed. Bushings are still good. It's like you just tore up everything else. I don't know what this... Like, how do you do this? Much damage. Like, there's not even... Oh, yeah, that's ridiculous. Like, you didn't fill it whenever you ran over the front, you just kept going. Sounds like they was in a hurry to get up out of there. It sounds like something else was going on we just ain't heard about. But I'm still going to do it. Lord says be forgiven. This wasn't your stuff. Friend in a situation. I'm just going to keep repeating that, because every time I look at something it's telling me, and I ain't getting the full story on this. The car is telling me something different. Alright, open control. I don't think I'm going to be able to fix none of these parts. I mean, I got a TIG welder and everything, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix that. And we got a machine shop and a lathe. So we can pretty much 3D print these pieces of metal. See, whenever we scrap metal sometimes, we got a metal 3D printer that can build these hard parts, and then we can take a machine and, you know, put in threads, tap the holes out, put places for bearings and all that. Just like the company does that makes the part. But, you know, we can't leave O'Reilly's in the dust. We just try to fix a lot of the stuff that we can, but most of the time we just buy our stuff from O'Reilly's. They're cool. They you know, they have fair deals on parts, especially now that they're competing with the internet sales like eBay and Amazon selling car parts. That put a real bad hurting on O'Reilly's. But, you know, you got some people that don't know how to look up car parts and stuff. But anyways, we got it. So got everything taken down in the back. Let's go up here to the front and get this lower control arm off, or the subframe off. So hopefully that rack and pinion is attached to the body. I think it is. We'll knock these bushings out. We will have our little subframe jack up underneath here to catch this, because nobody needs to break their back. We'd also have to undo some motor mounts that would be on this subframe too. So there's still some body mounts that hold the motor up, so we ain't got to worry about it falling on the floor. So, and yes, the rack and pinion is attached to the body, so we can drop this. Oh man, he took out the intercooler. Yep, took the whole intercooler out too. That thing ain't making no boost. I bet you that thing was black smoking everywhere with how rich in fuel it was, running no boost. Now, it says it's boosted, but is this thing turbocharged? Hold on. I'm trying to see. Huh. I guess it is turboed. I didn't even realize this was a turbocharged. Oh, it's a 3-cylinder. Okay. 3-cylinder turbo. Alright. That's actually pretty cool. I think that's the first time we've encountered one of these engines at Driven by Christ, or at least where we recorded it. I've worked on them before, but yeah, 3-cylinder turbo. Got the VVTi on it. It's basically a Honda engine with a missing a K-series Honda motor with a missing cylinder. They just threw a big old turbo on it to make up for that other cylinder. I bet you this thing would be a good race car if you gutted it out. Oh, we done lost brake fluid, coolant. We got a lot of stuff we gotta check. Low power steering fluid. Alright, so quite a few things. Looks like the front bumper is destroyed too. We may be able to fix that. Let's see about the rear bumper. Rear bumper looks good. Alright, we're still gonna check the customer order form, because they do already got the list for us presented now that we've looked at everything. Yeah, we know about that. Front, okay, rear bumper and windshield needs to be replaced, and it's gonna have to be, alright, it needs a wheel alignment, headlight alignment, change, okay, we gotta do all fluids, so we're basically, okay, alright, gotcha. We're going to have to drain. We're going to have to vac out all these fluids. We're going to have to do an oil change. And it said the rear bumper and front windshield. So let's pull this out. Alright. Let's get this thing up in there so we can do this oil change. Yeah. This did not look like it went too well. This is going to be a pretty costly repair. Let me get up here and knock this nut loose. Okay, doink, right there. Alright. Alright, come on now. Alright, there we go. Oh man, that's not good. I hope this engine is good, because there was literally no oil that just come out of this. I bet you this thing was making all types of wonderful noises. Alright. Oh, we gotta order some of these. Alright, got that on the order form. Alright, so let's look inside of our parts menu. We know we need a new front windshield, new rear bumper, new front bumper. We are going to try to fix these. Cross member, intercooler. Looks like we're going to need a rear cross member, knuckle housing possibly. I think I got some control arms and stuff like that. We'll just catch it as we go. But I know the stuff that I got on the parts list. Let's get our tablet up, pull it up. Let's see. Alright, so everything back from the oil filter. We gotta delete all of this. Actually, let's just start up here. And we'll stop whenever we get to the oil filter. Alright, so right here, here's all the stuff that we gotta get. We're gonna go ahead and get 5 of these, that way we can have them in stock for another. Uh-oh, hit the wrong button. Alright, intercooler, we'll just get what we need. Rear suspension, 5. The rest of this is gonna have to come from our body shop, body workstation. Alright. There we are. We know we're going to need that front bumper and that rear bumper and the front windshield. Dude, right there, just in that was almost $1,000 in parts, and that's not even the labor to put this stuff on. That's just in the body components. Alright. While we're waiting on all that stuff, O'Reilly's is probably going to beat the body shop down here, but they'll get everything. Let's go ahead and get our warehouse opened up so they can bring everything in here. And let's see what we can actually fix for them. Alright, just probably need to grease these control arms, brake caliper, just a basic clean. Wheel cylinders, new O-rings. Control arms. We're just going to go through here and fix everything. Just do the basic maintenance work on it. Stuff may be bent, nothing major. And we'll have brand new equipment going back on. I don't mind spending a couple of dollars to help out a customer. I can do this. I could have just slapped those parts back on there, but like I said, we're trying to build a reputation. So we got all that done. We got some rotors that we got to take care of. We'll let that go, and let's go check out something really quick. While that's going on, I hear somebody coming through back there. Alright, so somebody's dropping off some parts. We'll just have to see what we got, but Jamie will let me know because they got to take in all of our receipts and stuff from whenever we order stuff online, like O'Reilly's receipts, body shop receipts. She gets all that stuff. So let's go ahead and bring out our vac tool, and we're going to go ahead and vac out the braking system. We'll vac out the power steering fluid. Almost pretty full. Not very much coolant, but at least it's still in good condition. We can get it out of there. And the windshield wash. Well, we've already drained the oil and put a new oil filter on it. So let's go ahead and start filling up these things again. Now the brakes, we're going to have to bleed the brakes out, so remember, fill it all the way up. That way whenever you pump up your brakes, the brake fluid comes out of the reservoir and goes into your wheel cylinder and the brake. So you won't, I'm glad we didn't make a big mess with that. So these things are kind of crazy. You just have to do it like I tell you. Hold it wide open till it tips over and count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that should be, yeah, you can see that little red. See that little red up there at the top? Yeah, that lets you know it's full. Alright, let's bounce over here to the coolant reservoir. Oh man, it's like a curse. It is literally like a curse. Oh god. Alright, let me, boy, I'm telling you, all these important Alright, sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna probably have to delete that out of the film, get my film editor to do that. But anyways, that was a family member, very important phone call. I had to deal with that one. So let's go ahead and get these fluids in here. Windshield wash, got it going. You know what? I'm going to start turning my phone on silent. I know the day that I turn it on silent, something's going to end up happening. It's going to be important. I'm not going to get that phone call. I'm always afraid somebody's going to be in trouble and I'm not going to be able to help them because I got my phone on silent. So just forgive me for that. I just have that. I don't know. I guess it's like a complex. I don't like taking that risk. But oh shoot, we left the battery over here for a long time. Dude, that thing was on there for like 3 months. I bet you that battery is overcharged. If it's any good. Alright, so we know we got all of our parts in. Jamie, let me know about the receipts and let's grab it. There they are, right up there on the top level with our oil filters and everything else. Alright, so we got everything that we need. Let's get this thing. Did we ever put engine oil in here? I don't think we did. I think that was the last thing. Let's go ahead and put some engine oil. Wait a minute. Oil filter. Why are we missing an oil filter? Where is this thing? Alright. Gotta do it up underneath the car. I can't reach up underneath the intake. Apparently it's a tight place to get to. Alright. That is cool. There's our oil filter housing. Get that. Alright, so we're going to roll our subframe over here on our jack. We're going to actually get this exhaust out of the way. It was in the way last time. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this thing up here. Where is my new part? Hold on, guys. Now, I know we put that in here. Let me go over here and check inside the shop again. Maybe I missed it. Check this thing. Alright, there it is, right there. We got it. Alright, I just didn't grab it. Alright, so we would roll this thing over here on our little transmission jack. That way we're not killing ourselves trying to get this up here and destroying our back. Alright, so we would put it up there, we'd jack it up, it would hold it into place, and here we go. Boom! Now we got to put these bushings in because these are the actual bolts that hold this thing up here. They would actually come in from the bottom. I don't know why they illustrate them coming in from the top, but whatever. It's you know, steel bolts hold it on. Alright, so new bushing. We are going to replace the bushings. I'm not going to put old bushings back into there because this stuff is a pain to do. Alright, so we got that in. We can go ahead and put our exhaust pipe back on, put our turbo clamp back on up there, looking good. Alright, lower control arms, they are completely rebuilt, greased with new ball joints. Probably going to have to get this thing aligned afterwards, so we're going to have to put it in alignment shop. This thing's got a lot of stuff going on with it. We got paint, alignment. This dude is crying right now. I know he is. He's like, I done lost like 3 paychecks over this. Yeah, I bet you won't be going to the bar anytime soon either. Alright, intercooler. Alright, front's looking alright. So we're going to leave the tires off because like I said, I got to bleed the brakes. Hold on, we got a part beeping over here. This machine goes off, lets me know that I done left a part there for too long. Alright, there we go. Keep them rotors brand new. I think those are the ones that come off the back. Alright, so we would be moving that same suspension jack. Let's get this exhaust pipe out of the way. Unclamp it. And we would set it on there and raise it up. It's going to be this big piece. Now this thing is heavy. So we would jack it up and you know it'd be holding it while we get our bolts in and our bushings. Get one. And we'll do this one across over here. And we can remove the jack. 2 of them should hold it up while we get the other ones up. Alright. Got it in. Well, this repair bill is not gonna be good. he gonna be hurting over this repair bill. He'll be like, man, try to help me out. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna do what I can for you, but oh no, we couldn't rebuild these housings. Alright, looks like we're gonna have to hit O'Reilly's up and order some housings for this thing. We're gonna need 2 of them. They'll be over here pretty quickly with them. Go ahead and hang the exhaust back up. At least put it there. I should have another muffler. Oh, let's try to catch them before they leave. We need this muffler. Alright. Jamie may have to call down there on that one. Alright, so we got that on the way. What's our next move? Alright, so we're waiting on parts. Let's see what this factory color was of this thing. Alright, factory car color was a lot more prettier white than that. This is kind of like a ice white. It's got a little bit of blue in it. Another one was more white. So it's going to have to be repainted. You know what? Let's go ahead and throw this bumper and stuff on here while we are waiting for O'Reilly's. Yeah. Front bumper looking good. Alright. And we've already connected our boost pipes to our turbo, from our intercooler to our intake manifold. We'll put some new rubber connectors on there. I forgot what them things are called all of a sudden because I kept blowing them on my 12 valve. I would build up too much boost pressure. Oh, they're boots. That's right. The boots on the piping, they're rubber, and whenever you start building up a lot of boost, they swell up and sometimes they pop. But anyways, we got all that taken care of. Let's check. What else we need to check? Transmission fluid's good. We didn't have to mess with that. We'll check this dipstick. Nope, gotta put oil. See, I knew I was forgetting something up here. Alright, we're gonna run some Castrol Syntec with Hyperlube. 520. Remember, 5 seconds, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. Check it just to make sure. 5 second normally works, and it hits it right on the dot every time. So, alright, we got that good engine oil in here. Let's go ahead and get this thing up in the air, because O'Reilly's is done. I heard them pull up, and they probably done already put my parts over here. Let's see if they're in stock. Yep, there they are, right there, and the muffler. So they was able to get my muffler here at the same time. Sometimes they be sending me a part on each truck. Take all day to get them. No, I'm just playing. Alright. So we got that. Let's zoom in. Get our suspension arm. Oh yeah, I was able to rebuild these. There we go. New bushing. We'll do a new shock absorber. Those were destroyed. We couldn't do anything with them. And this. We had to... I keep these in stock though, they're a common part that gets tore up on vehicles. Upper. Lower. Oh, it won't let us do the lower until we put this in there. Alright. Had to get some lower control arms because these were all bent. Springs got tore up. Actually, we can reuse his old springs. Those are still good. And his caps. Alright. Let's move over here to the other side. Put that there. Let's get this, we'll get this there. It'll help hold this knuckle up. That way it's not just hanging off of the end link. There we go. Now this is the stuff that we're going to have to realign. These bushes got alignment bolts. Whenever you tighten them or twist them, they actually pull this thing forwards and backwards. Kind of cool. It works like a camshaft inside of a bolt. Because, funny story, I went to go get my TL aligned, and guys like, you can't align the back end on them. You just got to replace the stuff. I'm like, dude, it's got brand new stuff on the back. Why is it not aligning up then? I said, there's got to be some type of adjustment. So I didn't know specifically at that point in time, but I took it to another place where my friends work, and they were like, yeah, you know, we can align it. and he was adjusting these bolts like that connect to, like, say if they connect to here, or like maybe back here, you can twist these and it'll pull this arm in and out, which does your camber and then your toe. And I didn't know that having them bolts in there a certain way and then you lock them down, that's how you do the alignment for the back. I thought it was kind of cool because I didn't know that. Well, we ain't gonna be reusing them. Spring, get off. We got a lot of springs. We ain't gonna need springs for a while. We can reuse that cap. Alright. Now we're going to move on to the brakes. I got to go grab that other disc. It's on the machine, so went ahead and resurfaced the rotors for them. I've rebuilt the calipers. Those are pretty easy to rebuild. So let's go over here and get this last rotor. Let me see how much time I got on my camera. Alright. Got about 20 more minutes left on this battery. Uh-oh, we may be able to get a chance to go run the... Oh no, oh, that's right, we got to meet with the customer on the Eclipse. So let's hurry up and get this done, get that out here, and we'll charge up the battery and go take a lunch. Me and Jamie are going to go take a lunch, and we'll probably head to the drag track and work on some of our... Get a chance to work on this new Supra we found. Yeah, buddy. Alright. Got that on there. Remember, leave the bleeder valves open. That way, all your fluid will start naturally flowing down these lines, and they'll start leaking out of the back of the brakes. I normally got little butter buckets that I hang that it can leak down into. That's the reason why you overfill this reservoir. That way, as they leak down, all the air pockets come out of the brake system. Some of them, they got to be pressure bled. You can't do the gravity bleeds on them, but we're going to just say that, you know, this car we can gravity bleed. I didn't get too technical on it, so maybe there was a way of doing it. Alright, we'll go ahead and put these tires back on. Not sure which ones went where, but I guess we're going to do a tire rotation for them too. So yep, it's definitely going to have to be aligned. Alright, so looks like we took care of the old... I decided to go to the bar and not listen to the Lord and act right and tear up a car. So alright, let's go ahead and get this thing down, and we'll get it into the alignment shop, and we'll deal with paint. Paint's not going to take that long. Alright guys, I'll catch y'all over here in the test path. Alright, so we got it in here. Let's make sure this thing's going to crank up. Man, that thing's got a lot of noise. That does not sound good. Alright, well, it cranks up, but it sounds like it's got a lot of valve noise in the top of it from it, you know, possibly being ran on. Oh, I know why it's so loud. We ain't got a muffler on it. That would explain it. Alright, let's see. We should be able to get to it. It's just right here. What? We can't just reach up underneath the car and put a clamp on that? Alright. Alright, so we had to move it back over here. We got to get it a little bit up off the floor. My old bad back ain't helping me out. Let's get this thing all the way up. I don't want to take no chances. Nobody's perfect. We all forget stuff. I bet you that thing was loud. No muffler, just a straight pipe. Well, you still got a resonator right here, and then you got this cat, and the turbo will kind of make it quieter itself, so it wasn't too loud, but it had some rasp to it. Alright, let's get it back over here in the test path. Alright. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Alright, we're going to test our brakes, see if they bled good. 89%? Oh, that's weird. 100% in the back. I wonder why it's 89 up front. Huh. Oh well, they're passable. Alright, let's check the suspension. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Huh. Pretty nice looking little vehicle. Alright, everything passed, so we are good. Now we can go ahead and do our alignment. Now what you would do is these things would actually come off of here and you would clip them to the rims. Like you got these little tabs that hold, like right there you see them little hooks. They hook onto the rim and they project how straight the tire is up here to these sensors. And that's what you do. You put them on there, the computer tells you which way you need to adjust down here into this pit. You would adjust these tie rod ends and you would have an adjustment in these lower control arms, or possibly it doesn't have an upper, so this is where you would be doing your adjustments at with this, and then you would bring it back here, jack it up, do your adjustments back there. Alright, so that's how you would really do it in real life, so but this one's computerized, so it does it all for you on its own. Want everything green. There we go. Green. Green. Alright. That's looking good. We're going to align these headlights. Lord have mercy. Boy, he would have been lighting up the road right in front of him. Wouldn't been able to see nothing. Alright, we got that one done. That one's a little bit high. That one would have been killing people in their side mirrors. They would have been... They definitely would not have been happy. Alright. So we got the headlights aligned. Let's go ahead and get this thing moved into the paint shop. Alright, so they're wanting to do a factory color. We're going to use a quick paint and a quick clear coat. It costs a little bit more, but the job will get done really fast, especially if we put this room in a vacuum. So factory color is a lot more pretty white. We're going to go with that, and let's hit it. There we go. Alright, we're going to get out of here. We're going to set this thing up into a vacuum, turn on the machine. Alright, got it going, and everything is going good. It's really quiet. This machine don't really make any noise at all, but believe me, it's doing some stuff. And then we got our paint measuring over here, all the stuff that we pour into up back behind this panel. It's got like a bunch of areas you can put paint and all that other stuff. But anyways, while that is curing in a vacuumed air chambered room, science baby, science, that's all I can say. You can actually take a cup of water, put it inside of a vacuum chamber and start drawing a vacuum and make that water boil at room temperature because of the vacuum in it. That's the reason why if you're on a mountain and you go up in the air where the atmospheric pressure is different, it's actually got a different boiling point there. So the higher the elevation, I think it actually has more pressure, so water will boil quicker, or it won't boil as quick. I forgot how it is, but it's pretty cool. I've watched somebody do that with a glass. They put it inside of a vacuum chamber and started pulling a huge vacuum, and the water started boiling on its own. I was like, oh my god, that is crazy. I was thinking about putting some food in there or something and trying it, but I think it would crush it up underneath the pressure. But anyways, alright, so Jamie got her paperwork back here on the wall. Let's grab some of these extra keys for the vehicle and got her paperwork, and we're gonna go out here. The paint booth should be done, and I don't see the machine running, so I think we're good. Let's touch it. Oh yeah, it's done. It's good. It's a little bit warm, it's a little bit hot, but it's ready to go. Let's go ahead and get this thing We'll go, alright guys, I'll see y'all out front with the customer. Well, come on now. Alright, so Jamie called up the customer. The customer is on the way, I think, or he may already be here. Let me look. Alright, so he's already here. He's in there with Jamie right now. So they're going over some numbers of his little bar joyride. So we got everything fixed. Let's check the work order real quick with the paperwork. Something about a body part. Oh yeah, we got. Well, alright. We can do this out here. We can put the front windshield in out here. So all we have to do is put our glue down, and we can place the windshield with our suction cups. And whenever you press it in, you got a rubber seal that you just push it back into place all around the molding and that glue, and this windshield would be good. It ain't supposed to rain today, so they can drive it. You know, shouldn't hurt anything as long as they leave the windows cracked so it don't build up pressure and make the front windshield leak. But let's see how bad the damages was on this. Like, this guy had to replace a lot of stuff. Ooh, $10,000. That's like 4 paychecks. That's like a month of income for this guy. Like, I know he is hurt, but the Lord warns us of stuff. We don't listen, and this is what happens. You know, I was glad I was able to help him fix a lot of the stuff, but he ain't gonna lose his job. You know, losing some money is better than not having no money from being fired. So we go ahead and give him his keys. We're gonna go ahead and get our money, and you know, we're gonna say a prayer for him, and you know, better luck next time. You know, think about this stuff before you doing it. That's what a lot of us should do. Stop and think about what we're fixing to do before we do it, because it's gonna have an outcome. So, alright. Front license plate is missing. Sorry about that, guy. He let me know that no, you didn't put my license plate back on. They're gonna see it. Mr. Pizza. Oh, this was a pizza delivery truck. Oh man, dude, you better hope you're a manager, bro, cause man, dude, I know that was a few paychecks. Let me get you up out of here. I know you crying right now. Sorry. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Alright, so that was a little bit depressing, but that was his choice. He made that choice. So, what do we got left? I got 5 minutes left on this camera. Alright, guys, so it's gonna be, I think this is episode 31. We're getting on up there in episodes, so we're gonna do this. Oh, check it out. Jamie said we got a buyer for the Eclipse. They're gonna go ahead and wire us the money, and they will pick up the vehicle tonight. They're not gonna be able to come by right now and get the vehicle, but they said that they would come by later and pick it up. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave it up here, up underneath the security cameras. We'll put the keys up underneath the driver's seat, and he will be here later to pick it up. But he's gonna go ahead and wire us our money for this. So let's see what was the cost on that one. Ooh, yeah, $68,000 profit, but the car sold for $83,000. The economy must be really good here. So let's go ahead and get that and get his paperwork together, and here we go. Cha-ching! We are now up to $423,000. Thank the Lord for that. He has helped us with business and getting that going. That's going to be some money we can spend on our new project car, the Supra. We'll be getting it ready to be for sale, but we're going to see if we can't get it to be a championship winner. Got to win 3 of its. Some cars ain't going to make it all the way into the Class A, so whatever bracket we tune it to be in, it's got to be able to win it consecutively 3 times in a row to be a championship winner. But alright guys, let me get up in here. I got a bunch of tools and stuff I got to pick up and go clean up the paint booth and get everything ready, and then me and Jamie are going to go out for lunch. And we'll catch y'all back on that 31st episode, or 32nd episode, because this is the 31st. So we'll catch y'all. Either way, we're going to catch y'all on the next episode. I think we're going to work on this thing, get it up out of here, out of the way, so we can get the super in here. But other than that, I got a mess to clean up, and Jamie is patiently waiting for Olive Garden right now. So anyways, guys, it's nice. It's great to be back on here again. Like, I almost thought that I was going to have to shut down the shop and just kind of hang it up, but I was doing dumb stuff. It was my own fault. And I hope the Lord puts my videos out. I hope it reaches out to people that that are like, what am I doing with my life? Where did I go wrong? I used to ask myself every day whenever I truly found Jesus. I still have my problems, I still mess up, but life was so much better. Anyways, guys, I'll catch y'all on the next episode of Driven by Christ Auto. Later.